few months ago, South Africa was first to report on the newest variant of COVID, Omicron. And ever since then, Omicron just doesn't seem to be going away. In this video, we're going to try and answer the question, does Omicron hit children harder? Well, here's what we know. Omicron just seems to be affecting more people. It's more transmissible, so you find more people that are reporting cases of Omicron. What is happening in many countries is that the number of hospitalization, that is children going into hospital with COVID, has increased, most likely due to Omicron. On the bright side, the severity has decreased. So you're having less children having to go onto oxygen tanks, and they're less likely to fall severely ill and die. Now, in the US, for example, the number of COVID cases in children has increased by at least 4 times. And they are not alone. Similar cases in the UK and also in India. If we move over to Africa, South Africa, for example, there has been data published showing that there's a rapid rise in pediatric COVID-19 hospitalizations. This was in a specific district. However, in other districts, there's a bit of a question mark because they didn't run tests for Omicron, so it may be due to other flu-like symptoms. In Ghana, for example, case counts have fallen to pre-Omicron levels. So it's a little bit harder to say if you're having more children going in with Omicron or not. So now the question is, if more children are going into being hospitalized with Omicron, why is this happening? And science does have some answers. 4 of them to be precise. Firstly, there's a high transmissibility. So more people are getting Omicron, and this just means that more children are also getting Omicron, all right? Nothing too unique about that. Secondly, however, is that children have a lower immunity. Normally, this is the case. And because they have less infections and they're also less likely to be vaccinated, they're more likely to be catching the new variant. The third reason, which is more plausible, is the fact that the Omicron variant has way more mutations than other variants of COVID. So some of these mutations could be making it a bit more specific to infecting children. And this is also more likely because what we are seeing is that the Omicron is affecting sort of like the upper airways more than it's affecting the lungs. This is the reason that it is not so severe in adults. However, in children, they have more narrow airways. The airways are narrower, so if they get infected, those get closed up, and it can then lead to more complications. But still not as severe as if it was in the lungs. So here's what we know. Yes, it's more transmissible. It appears that more children are getting it, although not as severe. However, this shouldn't be reason for us to relax because we can have the cases of long COVID, and then also in children, there are more likely complications that are unforeseen. Okay, so I hope that video was useful. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit notifications so you can get notified when more such videos are made. You can click up here for a video on long COVID, explaining what that is. And click here for a video on the evolution of science, which charts artistic impressions of scientific discoveries. All right, thank you for joining us on this.